Hello Periscope, hello my Facebook friends, and let's fingers crossed, Instagram, let's check. This is always what's delaying me every single time. My poor Wi-Fi, I think I got it, and then I kinda don't. But we're learning, and we're growing. Here we go, let's see if this works. So, today, second week of a live broadcast experiment. Hello, we're on Instagram, it's working. Everything is working, we're all okay. Let's silence Coldplay. Gee, it's so good, isn't it? Coldplay. That's the mojo for this morning. Turn the magic on. Like a bit of a DJ. Woo! Okay, enough of that. Let's get to business. Hello, welcome. Live broadcast experiment happening. It's week 2, day 6. Hope you've all had a fantastic weekend and roaring to go for week number, I'm sure, hello. Nico, I hope you had a great weekend. So we're here, it's week 2, day 6. To this week, I'm on a little bit of a travelling circuit around regional Victoria. So I'll be joining the team and a bunch of other awesome speakers and experts in their fields over at the Geelong Bellarine Tourism Excellence Summit on Wednesday, and I'll also be joining the fabulous Mornington Peninsula Regional Tourism Group on Thursday. So I'm not sure how I'm going to do my best to make it work as to continue the live broadcasting, Desi TV, Discovery Channel of igniting excellence in you and your biz. Yeah, logistically, Wi-Fi, tech devices, we'll see how we go. But nonetheless, I thought this week, given that there's a heavy tourism focus in my world, that's what I will focus the content on for our live broadcast. Thank you, Random Spaces. Welcome. Random Spaces is on Instagram and they've just said, Desi TV, I'm going to call Foxtel. Yes, let's call Foxtel. Look, we'll do with our DIY live broadcast for now, George and team. So let's get to it. So I'm going to focus the content around digital marketing. Now, something I've neglected to say, if you are digging what is coming your way, you can tap your little hearts out. So that just gives me, if you're kind of reluctant to comment, if you could give me a tap, that just gives me a good indication that I'm adding value to you, and that's something I want to continue to do. Now, there are at times crickets, and I'm getting no heart love, but all I do know though is that I'm putting everything that I have into it. So, but I guess the visual element of knowing that this is something that is valuable for you will be really, really greatly appreciated. So tap those little hearts out, and that works on all 3 platforms: on Insta, Periscope, and on Facey, which would be awesome. So, top 4 digital marketing tips I've got for you today for your tourism business, or if you're not a traditional tourism or visitor experience per se, these are all tips that are really transferable to any business operation that is into growing a brand and community, and of course growing bottom lines. So in today's world, digital marketing is, if it's not, it really should be up there as a top priority in your marketing mix, as well as everything else that we've talked about over the coming days and what we will continue to talk about. So when it comes to marketing your business online, what is it that you are prioritizing? Okay, what is it that you look at your top 3 or top 4 or your very top 1 non-negotiable in your tourism marketing? Now, is it, ensuring that you have an updated content on your website? Is it your social media activity? Is it doing consistent live broadcasting? But we have to look at, okay, what are our top priorities and what are we going to maintain as something that's consistent in our marketing? So particularly, and if we focus back to our tourism businesses and tourism landscapes, there's a lot of disruption. We've heard it all before. The sharing economy and business models that are disrupting tradition, okay? Now, these are the likes of your Airbnbs and Ubers and Lyfts. So all of these, they're, traditional business models are going up in arms, going, this is not right, this is not how it's done and we've always done. But hey, there's a new era, and just like that, also as small businesses, we have to be adaptive to that. So as businesses and as an industry that's more intuitive, social and more dynamic, and as our consumer demands evolve, we have to get really fingers on the pulse onto what our customer journey is, not just when they're with us, but when they are in that dream honeymoon state of where they're going to go to next, what they're going to do next, where they're going to eat next, what they're going to drink next. Okay, we have to be at the mindset of that journey when the seeds are planted. Okay, so from the beginning of the journey, we have to think, are we featuring when our ideal customer and the visitor experience is at the very beginning? Now, Tourism Research Australia, now specific to tourism in Australia, they carried out a study which was actually called Tourism Business in Oz. Okay, tourism business in Australia. So they reviewed businesses from June 11 to June 15. And this is what they found, which I'd like to share with you. Okay, so tourism businesses make up 13% of the 2.1 million total businesses in Australia. So to put a number of that, I'll share with you, that's 273,500 tourism biz in this country. Now, collectively, out of those 13%, and they're almost pushing the scale to 300,000, we're looking at 95% of those being either non-employing tourism businesses, so very, very small, very much like little old solo me, so very small micro businesses. Micro, then another level of small business of 1 to 4 employees, or the smaller to medium from 5 to 19 employees. So what that tells me is that our industry, the eclectic experiences that the visitor economy is made up of, is of the smaller tour operator. So we've got to work a little bit harder when we're wearing all of those hats. And certainly no more than ever have I now worn all the many hats in my businesses, but I've always worked in small business, and my role has never been defined as one thing. Okay, it's always been carrying different multiple responsibilities, as we all do. But I know my heart goes out to particularly those smaller 95% of businesses that are made up of our industry. Now, the most interesting thing that popped out of the page for me in this tourism research paper, Faye, welcome. Faye Hendrickson, Rochford Wines in the beautiful Yarra Valley has joined us. Hello, Faye. So good to have you here live. And Faye agrees. This is what makes our industry thrive. The business operators that put their skin in the game and follow their passion and put their idea, but damn, it's really hard work. Now, I was just going to go back to saying what popped out most to me in this research paper was that particularly between this period, and I'll drop the link in the comments after if you wanted to have more of a read of this tourism business in Australia research, is that the exit rate of non-employing and micro businesses, so the exit rate of the smaller business, of the businesses that didn't get to that phase of employing staff yet, or that micro level, really small, like 1 to 4 employees, the exit rate was higher than the entry rate. Okay, because again, and any small business stats will tell you, I think globally, is that, you know, there's a very high number of businesses that don't make it within that first year or even that first 5 years. So we've got to really get our own tools and strategies and education in place to give ourselves the best shot possible. And this is my big why of why I do what I do, and why I've entered in from really taking on a very business development, marketing, career focus to now imparting and sharing and helping and supporting this very market segment. So it's important, and that's what leads me to some 4 practical tips. For some of you, it will be regurgitating information that you already know. For some of you, I hope it's just rehashing and just putting some things back on the agenda for you as moving forward. So, number 1 tip is that travelers want to share. Travelers and visitors, your customers, want to share, and so should you. In other words, really getting our social media on, okay? So getting a social, if you're reluctant to enter into social media, I think it's something that we're going to just have to swallow and get busy with it. Thank you for the hearts, Periscope. Thank you for the heart love there. So let's getting social in our business. Travelers love to share, and we need to be where the people are at, and we need to play in that same playground. So is your social media strategy, is it delivering outcomes for you? What are those outcomes that you need? Is it to grow your audience? Is it to grow your sales? Is it to grow your leads, your unique visitors to your website? What is it? So what is it that you need your social media to be doing for you? Are you rocking it at the moment and nothing needs to be touched, and you need to continue just doing what you're doing and, you know, getting on your own consistency train? Or is it time to regroup, reevaluate, reassess your goals and set new strategies in place? Like, for example, the live broadcasting scenario. Is that something that you need to consider for your business? So that's number 1. Travelers want to share, and so should you. Okay, there are many benefits to that, and I could talk every day for the rest of the year just on that topic. Number 2 is online reviews. Are you encouraging your visitors to leave online reviews for your business? Because if more than ever, this is what's building your brand authority and building your brand's trust. Because there's a lot more credibility in a business saying that in a visitor, someone that is coming to you, experiencing your product, eating your produce, that has come to you and experienced firsthand as an ambassador, leaving a review on what you do, than us saying how wonderful we are. Everything is changing. So build brand authority and build trust for your future visitors by encouraging the ones that have come and experienced your product to leave online reviews. This needs a strategy. Okay, do you have one? What can we test and measure? Experiment with, just like I'm experimenting with this. What can you experiment with in your business to be able to grow that online review? And that's just not on TripAdvisor, that's on Google, that's on Facebook, okay? How can we grow those tentacles in more online digital real estate that we exist, but more importantly, where our customers are? Okay, Thank you for your comment, Bridget. Love what you're saying, and I like that you're talking about embracing the new way of traveling, i.e. B&B. Fantastic. Fantastic. Thank you, Bridget. Oh, I'm going to meet you on Thursday. Woohoo! Totally agree. Word of mouth. Thank you, Nicole. Word of mouth marketing is the most convincing method of all. Nothing has changed, has it, Nicole? Nothing has changed. We've just got greater tools now to be able to reach longer, further, higher. Okay, so are we giving our businesses the best chance of doing that? So let's put online reviews at the top of that tree. So the third tip I had for you is your search engine marketing and your search engine rankings and your search engine optimizations. Remember, I talked about at the beginning about your business and the dream state of your potential and future customer thinking about needing exactly the service that you offer. Now, the very first thing that they're likely to do is, if they don't know you, and unfortunately most customers, unless we're doing really good with everything we spoke about before, social, online reviews, unless we're really working hard at building our brand, and I hope we all are, I trust we all are, they're not going to be going into Google and putting our name in there. Okay, most importantly, we have to go in and understand when they're at that dream honeymoon state themselves of what are we going to do, where am I going to go, are we featuring in those search engine rankings? Okay, so that's really important. Are you testing your search engine rankings and going in there and saying, how am I featuring? We're stepping into our customer shoes and doing a Google on ourselves. Okay, what are we doing in this space? Now, this is something that I need to spend more time in search engine optimization, give you real practical tips on what you can do, because just like anything, we need to pay to play, or we can be really creative and put in some time, effort, strategy in what we do in our business, and most importantly, have those metrics in place in the first place. And the number one thing I will share with you with search engine rankings that I see so often in businesses is even knowing your website analytics. Okay, even having your Google Analytics, free tool, free for everyone. Is that set up on your website? So at the very first point is get back in touch with your analytics, and not only how you're tracking, but I go back to setting a strategy and setting some goals. After responding carefully to negative, absolutely, that's a whole other art. Thank you, Nico. And responding carefully to negative reviews. That's a big one, and I've run training, Nicholas. That's such a key important point. We're just going back to online reviews, and I've had Nikos from the World Tourism Organization in Madrid, who's a legend, just remind us also of responding carefully to negative reviews. The most cardinal thing and what not to do is ignore reviews, positive or negative. We want to show our customers online that we care, that we're there, and that if there is a negative review, it's feedback for us to improve our service. If anything, it's those negative reviews that are going to give us the ultimate feedback on how we can improve on what we're doing. So absolutely critical. That is a whole lot. I go back to strategy and having strategies for all of these things. And when it comes to reviews, that is also something that I see of not responding or leaving them idle. A visitor's come on whether it's your Facebook page or TripAdvisor, has taken time out of their lives to come and leave you some feedback. Now, there's also research to support that more likely than not, it's in the 90 percentile. It's always more positive than negative. It's actually a minority. In the grand scheme of things, they're more negative, but actually taking the time to leave you a review about your business, the least we can do is show some gratitude. So that's a really good point. Thank you. So So number 3, search engine rankings. Number 4, and where I'll leave it with the tips for today, is connect with your audience with content. Okay, connect with your audience with content. Inspirational content, educational content, empowering content, educational content, okay? That help your visitors feel knowledgeable and prepared through your blogs, through your videos, through your live broadcasts, through your interviews, okay? So help them feel prepared. Be a leader in your patch, okay? And your content that helps connect doesn't always have to be about you. Remember, it most often, and what I would encourage it to be, is about we. Okay, in your region or in your destination, what's content that you could connect with your visitors or people that are coming and joining you online, to give them a reason to choose not just your business but your destination. Let's get people to, let's inspire them to come and enjoy our region. And then we think, okay, this is an opportunity through content and everything that I've stated for you to take a leading position, be an ambassador. Again, not just for your business, more importantly, for your destination. Another great point, as we're going here live, I'm loving today. Today's such a good Monday, so much engagement. Thank you, Faye. Another very key important point that I want to share to everyone else that's joining us live or watching on replay is absolutely, we go back to online reviews, don't take them personally. It's top there. Don't take them personally. Take them as this is what's going to keep me green and growing. Was this helpful? Give me some little heart taps. Was this helpful? Was it valuable? Let me know in the comments, or otherwise. I hope it was. Leave a comment below if this was helpful. What was the biggest key for you? Is there anything you'd like to add to that? I know there's many more tips, but in the interest of all of our time this morning and to get on with our busy days, I've kept it down to 4, which I'll summarize. Get social in your biz. If you never ask, the answer will always be no. So how are you asking for your online reviews? Are you ranking? Are you even showing up for your key search words and terms in the search engines, whether it's search or even in Google search, YouTube search, Facebook search? Are you featuring? And last but not least, connect with content. Inspirational, empowering, educational content that will connect your audience to you and your purpose and your experience and why you do what you do. Okay, so thank you. Awesome, Faye. Thank you for that. And thank you everybody for joining me. I appreciate it. It is week 2. It is day 6. I'll be back tomorrow. Today was about tips. Tomorrow will be about trends in the visitor economy and the tourism industry. So I'll share some trends that I've done some research and certainly that I have found over the years as I am going through the very same motions as you of building a business on very little budget, if zero budget. So this is something that I will share with you tomorrow. Okay, so as we come to a close, quote of the day. Are we ready? Let's see if I can get these to. We're gonna put some Coldplay back on. Quote of the day. 2 most important days in your lives: the day you were born and the day you realized and you found out why. Don't you love that? 2 of the most important days in your life: the day you were born and the day you found out why, by our boy Mark Twain. Okay, thank you. Here's to your roaring excellence. Love you all for joining me. Love you all for watching the replay. See you back tomorrow. Same time, same place. Thank you, Instagrammers. Have an awesome day. Bye. To the awesome Periscopers, thank you. Have a wonderful day. See you tomorrow. Facebookers, thank you so much. Have yourselves an awesome day, and I will see you tomorrow talking trends. Okay, bye for now. Woo-hoo.